You're now tuned in to The Twisted Truth with Corey Wesley, where everyday conversations take an unexpected turn. Entrepreneur, artist, author, and truth seeker, Corey Wesley is here to challenge the way we think, question the norms, and bring fresh perspectives to life, business, and beyond. With unfiltered discussions, special guests, and real talk, get ready for a show that's bold, insightful, and always a little twisted. Buckle up, because the truth isn't always what it seems. And now, here's your host, Corey Wesley. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Twisted Truth with me, Corey. What's going on, everybody? This daylight savings time stuff is for the birds. Oh, I'm looking cute this morning, though. It's morning, y'all. It's about 6:27 a.m. Yes, 6:27. I'm inspired and encouraged to just work. Oh, although I got a Beyonce t-shirt on, I should be singing, I am a survivor. Anyway, so today's topic, I have two topics. I was kind of like struggling on which one I wanted to talk about. But I think I'm going to talk about this one. And I'm a little nervous to talk about it. Why? Because I have my own opinions and I know people have other opinions. And they might not agree with their opinions. But a friend of mine called me who's in a relationship and said that his partner asked him to be in an open relationship. And my friend asked me my thoughts about it. And I said, oh boy, here we go. And see, this is when you don't want to give friends advice because you know your opinion is not going to be the opinion that they want to hear, right? So, open relationships, I have no problem with it. It's not for me. But, and the reason why, let me say why it's not for me first. The reason why it's not for me is because I feel like I'm single, I'm cute, I'm attractive, I'm successful, I'm smart, I'm tall, I have a nice voice, I guess, when I wanted to use it the proper way. Um, and I have star qualities. Let's just put it that like that, right? But I can be with anyone anytime I want. I don't have to check in. I don't have to, you know, I don't have to, you know, go out and feel like I'm not cheating because obviously an open relationship is where you are able to explore the universe, explore people's bodies. And I think when it comes to open relationships, people say it's, because being sexual with someone is just an act. And my thought process is this. I have pseudo boyfriends all day long. I go to the movies, I go to dinner, I hang out with them, we drink, we do all kinds of stuff to me, we travel together. We can even lay in the bed together and hold each other if we want to. I don't do that, but if we wanted to, we could, and not be sexual. And that's my point. And so having a partner, I have companionship everywhere, okay? From females, friends, neighbors. I have companionship. I have family, my mom. So I'm always, and even like my mom's in a nursing home, even she's been there for almost 2 years, almost 3 years now. Those people are like family to me. Like when I go, we chat, we share, I share what we doing. Me and John, when we be hanging out, I show our pictures. John goes and visits my mom every Saturday, so he's there. It's like a family. I was laughing with my cousin. She know who she is, and I was saying, I'm so cute. If I was straight, I would have be a baby daddy all day, all night. I would have children spread all over the world because the ladies love me. So I know I'm kind of silly, yeah, but I was like, see, God knew what He was doing because the ladies love me, but yeah, the girls from the nurses to the aides, I mean, they are just really sweet, and I like them, and we be chatting and stuff, but they're like family. But my point about that is I have companionship all day, every day, right? So the one thing that would separate me from my partner is the intimacy part. And to me, I know we don't own people, right? I think in people's head spaces when they're in relationships, they feel like they they own that person, that their freedom is taken away. If you want to sleep with someone, go ahead and sleep with somebody, but don't be coming back to me. I mean, don't be bringing stuff home either. You know what I mean when I say bringing stuff home. Um, because people don't be taking care of themselves out there in the world, and then you are responsible for me, and then if you ain't doing the right thing because it just happened. How did that just happen? Didn't you know you were taking your pants off? Did you know you was unzipping that zipper? Did you know you were insert? Let me stop. Mm, Yes, that's some hot toddies. Too many hot toddies. It just happened. I hate that concept. It just happened. But that's another topic. We talk about threesomes. So I also believe that people feel stuck. And when they're in relationships, getting back to my friend, I think when people say ask for that, they're not communicating. So this is the scenario I tell people all the time. My years ago, a friend of mine had the same situation, kind of similar. It is so scary how we go through the same stuff with friends, ain't it? I know y'all nodding your head. You know them people that just keep going through the same scenario over and over. You know who I'm talking to. I might have to put this behind a paywall because my friends, they not gonna subscribe, and I can talk about it. But anyway, so this is a scenario years ago that happened. Not this scenario that I'm referring to, but it's similar because a friend called and said his partner, well, they were dating. They were dating for a long time, right? And it was going really well. And my friend called, and I remember the day like it was yesterday. And he said, Corey, I'm really, really stressed out. I said, why? And I'm not going to give people's names out because they still in my life. But anyway, his name was, for argument's sake, let's say Tom. Tom called me, right? And Tom said, Corey, Michael, let's just say his name was Michael. Michael wants to be in a exclusive. And I said, well, ain't y'all dating like for 4 or 5 years now? Y'all are exclusive. That's all y'all always together. And he said, no, 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 no. Well, we really didn't formally put it out there. It was just is. It is what it is. I was like, okay, well, I ain't in other people's business, so I don't really care. Really, to be honest with you. But if that's what y'all want to call it, whatever. I thought y'all were partners. That's what I was calling y'all. You never corrected me. So anyway, he then says, I proceed to ask questions. Now, I always say with my friends, please stop giving me all the he said this, she said that. I don't really care about the details. Just tell me what you want to know so we can get on the phone. So, because the details get confusing. That's for y'all, not for the person you ask your advice for. That's another side note. But when you ask for advice, stop giving people all the details of he said this, this, and that. Just get to the significant question and just let's move on. But anyway, so I said, well, doesn't Michael like leather? He's into bondage, and you're really not that type of guy. And he said, no, but he said that he can oppress that. It's not really necessary. And I said, well, that is BS. And he said, well, why you say that? I said, because that's part of his dating DNA. And he, like, on the phone, I could hear him kind of like, excuse me. He said, I don't know what that be. What you say, Corey, DNA? I said, his dating DNA. Y'all, that was almost 7, 8 years ago. I'm in my 50s now, so that was in my 40s. So I was in my 40s, right? I said, well, I was like, he been dating and single for like 40 something plus years, right? He been in that scene. How he gonna oppress that? That's what he likes. I asked my friend, I said, well, are you going to compromise? Are you going to be interested? Are you going to show interest in that? Are you going to put some leather on? Are you going to do it for him in the bedroom? Are you going to just shake it, shimmy it? Are you going to do the shake and bake? Yes, I call it the shake and bake. I wonder if them little kids, the kids nowadays know what shake and bake is. Do y'all know what that is? That's interesting. I want to know that. Anyway, and he said, well, no, I'm really not into that. I said, are you sure? And he said, yeah, but he says, and he's asking to be. And so I said, well, why don't y'all just stay the way y'all are without putting a label or a title or put too much stress on this relationship? Excuse me. See, that's the Lord telling me I'm going to get in trouble for having this conversation. So anyway, I then said, again, I asked him, I said, well, are you sure? I said, I don't really care that he is asking. That's nice. Maybe that's something that what's transpiring in your relationship. Does he feel like he's losing you? Are you showing interest elsewhere? What's going on for him to pop this up now, right? Of course, there was no answer for that one. So, needless to say, I said, well, look, he might be able to oppress that for a little while, but that's part of his dating DNA, meaning he has been structured. I know that people evolve. People do, I don't want to say change because I don't like that word in the sense of people. People don't change because we have habits and behaviors that we kind of are stuck in. And that's why I have a podcast called The Twisted Truth, because we stuck in certain patterns and certain thought processes that we kind of sometimes feel that sorry y'all, I'm looking at my screen. That red light was bothering me in the background. So anyway, I was like, we have certain behaviors and patterns and things that in our headspace don't really change, they evolve. However, this person, Michael, has always been in the bondage leather scene in the gay scene, right? Yes, he wants to be with you, and that's lovely. And that's nice that he is going to attempt, I would say attempt, to not engage in that sexual arena. That's wonderful. But if I know a human being and I know I'm usually right, y'all gonna learn I'm usually right. Um, he's going to fall into a trap that he's going to crave or need or have that hunger. It's almost like any addiction. And I won't say that his desire or his sexual appetite or DNA is like an addiction, but it's something he has been doing for so long. His body, his mind is going to crave that. And he would want you, his partner, to participate. My friend was adamant. I don't like leather. I ain't putting it on. I ain't gonna do it. It ain't my scene. He knew that before he met me. Da 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 da. You know them people. All right. I told you my opinion. Why you call me if you ain't gonna listen? Mm-hmm. That's my hot toddy. It's so good. Do you like hot toddies? So anyway, a couple. I say a year. I'm being nice, but he called me crying one day. And I said, Thomas wrong. He cheated. They were in my bed. I said, oh my God. Now, I wasn't shocked, but I did have to play, oh my God, like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone with his hands on his face. Oh my God. You know, you got to give friends effects sometimes. That's just the way it is. Just got to give them the effects. Make them feel good. Because you told them so, but you don't want to say, I told you so. So you give them the effects. Oh my God. In your head, you saying, you so crazy. You so stupid. Oh, my mother said, don't ever call nobody stupid. Call them less than smart. You so less than smart. So anyway, I then said, well, what happened? Oh my God. I can't believe he did that. What? Oh my God, he had him in the handcuffs and he had some leather on. I said, what? What'd you say? He said he had some leather on. I said, mm, mm. And now you know when somebody's in a vulnerable place, you don't really want to smack them with a "I told you so." But I said, "What happened? Well, tell me what happened." He said, "Well, he said he just had this urge and he was missing it, and I wasn't being cooperative." And I said, "Oh, here we go. Now it's your fault. That's where the gaslighting comes." I said, "See, but you did not listen to me. I told you it was part of his sexual DNA. I can't be mad at the person. He attempted, but he wasn't fully honest with you. I told y'all to stay the way y'all was. He might have dipped out once or twice. You wouldn't have known about it. He would have been all right. But see, then now that conversation, going back to the open relationship, that's when that conversation came out. Oh, well, do you want to be in an open relationship now because I'm really missing this leather situation and you don't want to participate? See, this is what I told you, knucklehead. So when I say I'm not for open relationships, because I have been with people in open relationships who, one, they don't tell you, and a lot of them don't tell you in their open relationships, and don't give people who are single an opportunity to say yes or no if they don't want to participate in that. Because sometimes people say they want to be in something with you and they lying, and it's really scary because they are not really fake, want to be truly in it, but they don't want to lose you. So they say yes to something that they don't agree with. And that's a problem. And see, that's my fear for some people when they are in open relationships. One person's in it for the right reasons, and one of them is in it for the wrong reasons. And then it just doesn't work. And then if you gotta keep, when they all people, I have been with people who have, and I be pissed off because I don't want to sleep with somebody's man. Go. And the reason why I don't want to, because their energy, and I'm a big energy person, they're not really in tune with your body. They are not fully invested in you. They don't want to talk. They don't want to get to know you, or they don't want to kiss because it's intimate. And I'm like, we doing the do. We effing. What's intimate? You want me to lick you up and down? Mm-mm. That's a whole other topic. I just see people put these statements in their head, and that's why I came up with the twisted truth, because I'm just like, that's twisted. I don't, and then they're just not connected in a certain way. I can be with a single person and not want a relationship with them after the fact of intimacy, but they're fully connected with me in that moment. I don't know how to explain it, but that's how I feel about it. That there's a roadblock or there's a wall that you know you can't really get too far with them, and they're reserved, or when the do is done, they run around like, "Oh my God, what I'm going to say?" I'm like, "Well, just tell your partner if y'all got an open relationship. Why are you worried about where you at and what time it is?" That's not, to me. That's not open. Open is, oh, I met this boy. The boy, he was cute. We had a good conversation. And he wanted to go home. I went home. I did him. It was good. He was all right. But I'm home, honey. And get in the bed. That to me is an open relationship. And the person rolls over. Oh, good. Oh, God. Now, this is where it gets tricky. In an open relationship, for those folks in an open relationship, is it okay to see them multiple times? Because to me, if you start seeing someone multiple times sexually, it's a relationship. It's a sort of relationship that there is something better there that you keep going back. A one-off and you never see them again. If you are in an agreed open relationship, not that you cheat, that's a different story. But if you're in an agreed open relationship, then that's the way it should be. Where you like, oh, honey, that's cute. How was he? Was he cute? What did he look like? I don't want to see no pictures. I don't want to know where he lived. I don't want to know his name. Oh, he was cute. Oh, what you do with him? Mm-hmm. You need to tell me what y'all did so I know. Did you protect yourself? Did you do some party stuff? You gotta be open and honest. You can't be hiding because then you have these ones in open relationships that also they party. They do the party stuff, and now one doesn't do it. So they're like, "Well, you go out and you do that." But I'm not going to participate in that. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are y'all doing it like that? Like, now I understand when we meet people that might have those things, again, that's part of their sexual DNA. If it doesn't match yours, and this is a topic that I'll talk about later when it talks about dating, because I used to write about dating for decades. And in 2007, I had a blog called all about dating, and it ranked number 7 in the country as one of the best dating blogs for the LGBTQ. Yes, but I call it your dating identity. And you have to basically match someone's dating identity. And if it matches, I feel like you have successful relationships. Once your dating identity changes or shifts, that's something different than your dating DNA. Then you have to reevaluate. But now, in regards to your dating DNA, once you at a certain age and you've been doing the do and you've been doing it a certain way, and you meet somebody and they don't do it the way you do it, and yes, y'all could be having a good time and you can have a good relationship. I don't think once you make it official, for some odd reason in our brains and in our psyches, something snaps where we are no longer feeling free. And that is when the craziness starts happening. But when y'all are just going, doing, just floating away together to the heavens, to the sunset, and not even giving it a title or a name, everything works out okay. Now, it's okay to tell somebody I'm looking for a long term relationship, or I would like to, or I want to meet someone who has a dating DNA and dating identity as me, who might want to be married. That's different. And then that person knows where you stand. And then they don't be coming to you asking you for no open relationship. And you need to tell them in the beginning, I am not for it, and be okay with that. And yes, they might be cute and they might be laying it down, but you gonna be okay if they can't handle that. What? You can't handle the truth? Let them not handle your truth. Well, anyway, I want to say thank you again for tuning into another episode of The Twisted Truth with me, the most sexy, fabulous, handsome host in nighttime, daytime, on the internet. um, I want to just say thank you again for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment and share with your friends. You might want to send this to your friends who are in an open relationship so they don't even have to call you and ask you any questions like I have had. So, I know you want to know about my conversation about last night. Well, I told him don't go and tell him no. That's what I told him. We'll see. He ain't going to listen just like everybody else don't listen. As I always sign off, remember to stay blessed because you are already blessed. And remember to believe in you, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. Everyone, you have a safe and a lovely, good day, good night, and be who you are. That's a wrap for this episode of The Twisted Truth with Corey Wesley. If you've enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share the show with someone who needs a fresh perspective. Remember to stay curious, stay bold, and always remember this: the truth isn't always what it seems. Until next time, keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep twisting the truth. See you soon.